So often with Central Florida's luxury hotels, you have to travel to the tourist district to get to them. But not so with this next property we're featuring. The Alfond Inn in Winter Park is set amongst homes, small businesses, and an otherwise pretty cozy atmosphere. Join us as we find out what makes this property so unique. Welcome to the Alfond Inn.
Art. It's everywhere at the Alfond Inn. Lyrical sculpture, bold modern statements, kaleidoscope-worthy stained glass, and even a little something for those who know their fashion labels. You might say no matter where you are on the property of the Alfond Inn, a one-of-a-kind piece of artwork is watching you.
And in fact, it's the artwork that sets the Alfond Inn here in Winter Park apart. You get the feel of a boutique hotel, but with an extra splash of culture. But before we show you more of the gorgeous pieces that adorn the property, it's important to know why the hotel is here in the first place.
The hotel's nearly 300 pieces are in constant rotation and line the walls and the grounds of almost every open space in the hotel. And speaking of placement, the Alfond Inn might just be in the perfect spot itself. In Winter Park, just 15 minutes from downtown Orlando and about a half hour from Central Florida's theme parks, this 112-room boutique hotel gives you the feel of being tucked away in quiet comfort, while also being close to all of Central Florida's main attractions. It's owned by Rollins College and was even built with money from a grant from the Harold Alfond Foundation. And it gives back to the very community it's a part of. The net operating income from the hotel goes right back to scholarships for Rollins College students.
And now back to the artwork. We're here with Dr. Anna Heller, who's director of the Rollins College Cornell Fine Arts Museum, to talk a little bit about the pieces that you'll see when you walk through the Alfond Inn. And Dr. Heller, one of the first things you notice is the aesthetic of a lot of these pieces. It's different from the traditional sort of scenery pieces you see in a hotel. What is so special about what we're seeing here?
Oh, absolutely. It's completely different, and I think that's part of what makes it so exciting, because this collection was assembled with a very clear teaching educational scope in mind, because the Alfond is part of the Rollins College, and the Alfond collection is in a way an extension of our mission.
Let's talk specifically about what we're seeing here, the materials that were used.
She uses very clearly, tracing and rulers, and the fields of color that don't touch themselves. It's like you don't see the hand of the artist. You just see this rigorous, minimalist, abstract, and the combination of color that she's been working on for a very long time. If you look from a distance, indeed, it just seems an abstract, monochromatic, work of art with a pattern repetition. But when you look closely, you will see that there are indeed different documents that the Arthur MacArthur Binion assembled, and they're parts of his birth certificate and birth certificates from the South. He grew up in the segregated South and lived through the civil rights movement era. So the Alfond collection has grown over the years. The hotel's been open now 3 years, and we have over 300 pieces, about 140, give or take, of which are on view at any given time. This is a very interesting piece because you look at it, you wouldn't even know what it's all about. It's this beautiful color fields, and the only thing that gives you an indication of the process and what is it all about is the very top of it, where you see very faintly the words "top secret" and then crossed. There are a couple of things that make the Alfond art collection unique. One, the fact that it's museum quality art in a hotel is not unique, but it's very rare. There are a number of hotels in this country and in Europe that will have similar displays, but what is unique about this is that it was intentionally curated with this educational mission in mind.
You would have a unique vacation or staycation come here because you're actually leaving with some extra knowledge.
Absolutely.
Now that we know the backstory and really the backbone of the Alfond Inn, it's time to indulge a little bit. Join us in our next segment where we dive into what's on the menu at Hamilton's Kitchen, the property's signature restaurant.